Live Fit Podcast, episode 86, Free Exercise. How to sneak exercise into your day without working out.
Welcome to the Live Fit Podcast with Glenn Johnson, your resource for all things that contribute to good health. You will hear expert advice and interviews with leading authorities on fitness, food, fat loss, mindset, and the mind-body connection. You will find show notes, articles, and health programs at livefitpodcast.com.
Yes, this is the Live Fit Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Glenn Johnson. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I really do appreciate it. Do you hate to exercise? I know you're listening to this because you want to improve your health, or you already are healthy and fit, and you want to just kind of keep things fresh and keep your mind in the right direction on improving yourself. But I'm sure there's some of you that just don't really like working out, going to the gym and the changing of the clothes and the getting all sweaty and the cost and maybe the people in there, or maybe you don't have the time, maybe you don't have the money, maybe you don't even want to work out at home because it's boring or it's not fun. Whatever reason, it doesn't really matter what your reason is. I am going to help you find a way to make it easy and painless and yet effective. Some people really like group exercise classes. Some people love working out at home to a video. Others love running or cycling events, but many do not. If you're one of those people that do not like to do the traditional exercises, the boot camps, the CrossFit, the group exercise, maybe even the group yoga, that's okay. There are ways to get and to stay fit without having to work out. And I call this free exercise. So the definition I have here, free exercise is a term that I use for any physical activity that has another purpose, such as walking your dog. Hey, you got a dog, he needs to walk, who better to walk him than you, right? There you go. Now you're walking. Whoops, that's free exercise. You're moving your body. You may not think you're exercising, but you're doing more than if you weren't walking your dog, right? What would you be doing? Sitting? Probably. Well, there you go. That's why it's free exercise, because you're doing something, and as a byproduct of that something, your body's moving. That's all exercise is, moving. This can also be defined as adding a physical element to something you do already. You probably stand in a line from time to time, the grocery store, the bank, the amusement park, whatever it might be. While you're standing in line, try doing some calf raises. Just lift your heel up off the ground and then lower it up and down, up and down. Keep your knees straight so your whole body goes up and down. If you don't want to look like you're bouncing around a little bit, here's a way that nobody will know what you're doing. Just raise your heels off the ground about an inch and hold them there. It's a great way to work your calves while you're doing something you'd be doing anyways. This way, you're getting a little extra physical activity. Dare I say exercise? Dare I go one step further and say resistance training? It's true though. The idea is to move your body more than you would normally. More than you have to. Move your body more than you have to. Standing in line, you could just relax on your bones and slouch and have poor posture, but you could stand up straight and tall and engage your core muscles and your back muscles. You could use your calves to raise your heels up off the ground. Get a little extra there. Maybe bend your knees. Do some itty-bitty mini squats. That's free exercise. It all adds up. Every tiny little bit adds up. Imagine if you were to find a penny every time you take a step. You would probably be much more encouraged to take a walk and probably go a little bit farther too than you would without that added incentive. One penny alone doesn't really amount to a whole lot, and neither does standing up for 1 minute in the course of a day. But if you stand up for 1 minute 20 times a day, well, there's 20 minutes of standing. And if that's more than you're used to doing, bravo, you're getting exercise. Better yet, if you're on the phone or doing something else that you would normally be doing sitting, now you're getting free exercise. I have 20 examples of some things that I like to do and encourage other people to do. Maybe you have some more, but let's look at them right now. 1, go for a walk. Now, you can go for a walk to a destination like to a store, to school, to work, to a park, to a playground. You could just walk around the block for no reason. You could walk your dog, as I previously mentioned. Or, check this out. I've done this before. Drive to a new neighborhood where you don't normally walk, park and get out and walk around that neighborhood. Here's one of the best reasons to walk. After a meal. I love walking after a meal. Most nights after dinner, me and my whole family go out for a walk in the neighborhood after dinner. It's great. Do it after lunch too if you can, if you have a long enough lunch that you can eat, and then go for a little walk, even 5 minutes. Mobilize those calories that you just ate. Give them a reason to go to your muscles rather than being stored as fat. You could also go for a bike ride. Now, bikes can be used for transportation, for commuting to school, to work. You could use it to go to the store, all the things that I just mentioned before. You could also ride your bike for fun. I already mentioned calf raises while standing in line. That's number 3. But check out glute flexes while sitting or driving a car. I was in a car the other day for 13 hours, and I was doing a lot of glute flexes. In fact, while I'm saying this, I'm doing it right now. All right, here's a big pet peeve of mine. Stairs. Okay, not stairs. Elevators are a pet peeve of mine. And how easy elevators are to find in buildings and how hard stairs are. I was in a stairwell today, and I literally had to go all the way around the back of the elevator bank in an unmarked door. I guess it said exit, but it doesn't say stairs. And it's a fire door, so it's not even very friendly. You get in there and it's loud from all the noise and clunking around. And I'm really irritated that builders, designers do not make stairs more prevalent and more easy to find and to use and to access, even up the first floor or two where a lot of people go. My point being, take stairs whenever you can. I went up to the 8th floor today. I was not about to stand there in line waiting for an elevator. And it took me probably 2 minutes longer to take the stairs up 8 floors than it would have the elevator. I tried the elevator once before. I took it once and I swore I'd never do it again because it just stopped too many times. So, number 5 on my list of free exercise, take the stairs every chance you get. Seek them out. Don't take an elevator. Take the stairs. Maybe even just for fun. And if you do, take some really awesome stairs that are pretty or magnificent or scary or in a interesting place. Take a picture and send it to me. I'll post it on my Facebook page. No stair left behind. If you find yourself at a playground, now that might be a great destination for a walk. Go to a park that has a playground. While you're there, you could do some things that could be termed traditional exercise, but you don't have to work up a big sweat or make a big thing about it. If there's a bar of some sort, do a pull-up or two, however many you can do. If you can't do a pull-up, you can always do a bent arm hang. And once you start going down, resist it. Do a reverse pull-up. Lower yourself as slowly as possible. A reverse pull-up is just as good for your muscles as a regular pull-up where you pull yourself up. Lower yourself as slowly as possible. That makes those muscles stronger. It's an eccentric contraction rather than a concentric. Many scientists say an eccentric contraction is even more beneficial than a concentric. That means the muscle's getting longer. It's elongating as you lower yourself down, but it's still building those muscles and making them stronger. So if you cannot do a pull-up, which most people cannot, just do a reverse pull-up, nice and slow. You could do a push-up just about anywhere. I like to do a set of push-ups, go for a quick jog, and come back and do another set of push-ups. But you could do it any way you want. If you're walking, you see a park bench, you just want to do a couple of push-ups, 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter. Just get a few of them out just to wake up those muscles. Make those pec muscles and your tricep muscles know that they're needed. Give them some love. Otherwise, they're going to leave you. Use it or lose it. That's what that means. If you're not using those muscles, they're going to go jump on somebody else who will. When you're at a playground, there's all kinds of things to do. Be a kid again. Climb, slide, swing, hang, skip, run, jump, anything you like to do. Do what the kids are doing. Maybe not chase them around, but, kind of do the things that they're doing, and you'll see. You'll start to feel your body in a little bit, and then you're going to feel invigorated and great. Another one of my favorite activities, and I say activity because it's, I don't really think of it as exercise, but it is. Just don't tell anybody. Is to take a hike. Now, I live in Portland, Oregon, and we have this really great park. And it has trails all over the place. And I love going out to this park. It's hilly, it's lush, it's green, lots of flowers, lots of trees, grasses, even some views. Fantastic place to take a hike. There's birds, a lot of different plants you can look at, identify flowers. Some things are edible. I don't really know, but it's a reason to get out there and do it. Maybe get a little plant book and identify what you can. There you go. Some people go mushrooming in a certain time of year. They go off into certain areas where mushrooms grow and they pick mushrooms. They go home and make something really awesome. That's another reason to get out and move your body. Bing, free exercise. All right, a little bit ago, I brushed my teeth, and while I was doing it, I was squatting. And then I flossed my teeth and I held chair pose. So chair pose is the same as a squat, but you hold it. It's like you're sitting on an invisible chair. It kind of freaks people out. Here's another thing I really like to do. Now, I don't do this with a timer. I do it with water. Get up every hour. When I'm at home working at my desk, I have a lot of work to do, like a whole day of office work. I have a big 1.5 gallon jug of water, and I drink at least a pint every hour. And you know what happens after you drink a pint of water? It wants to get out. So about every hour, I'm running to the restroom. It's not far away, but it gets me off my butt. And I stretch and I move, and maybe I'll do a few lunges down the hall or a few squats or maybe a couple of push-ups, and then boom, right back again. If you're not drinking that much water, set a timer. Set a timer for 55 minutes. Get up, spend 5 minutes stretching, moving, doing some of those things that I just said. Sit back down again, start your timer once again. 55 more minutes goes by. Boom, get up. You have a reason. Find a reason. Go visit a coworker. Use a phone. Call somebody. Stand up while you're calling. Go check the weather. Go look outside and see what's going on. Maybe go outside and feel the weather. See what's going on. There's all sorts of things you can do, but do not stay seated for more than an hour. Get your butt up. Here's an idea. It's difficult to catch on. It doesn't work everywhere, but if you're able to do this, if you have a job that has meetings, you all will really benefit by holding walking meetings. I used to work at a private athletic club, and we would sometimes hold meetings on spin bikes. We'd put them all in a circle, and we just pedal as fast as we wanted. There was no competition. We just sort of move our legs, and we'd talk about the things that we had to talk about. It's a great way to activate the body, keep blood flowing to the brain. In fact, I got through grad school that way on a spin bike. I did all of my reading on the spin bike. Then I'd jump off the bike and do whatever writing I had to do. Then right back on the bike and do some more reading. It really does help bring more blood to your brain. And if you have more blood and oxygen to your brain, you can think better and retain better. And I swear it worked. So number 10 is hold walking meetings. If you're going to have a meeting with 1 to maybe 5 people, see if you can do it walking up and down a hallway, outside, on sidewalks, just so you're not doing the typical stuffy office sitting. All right, I said this already, but number 11 is stand up when you're on the phone. If the phone rings or if you need to call somebody, stand up. I used to have weekly conference calls, and for a while I was sitting there for an hour just feeling really sluggish and just a little bit dumb, kind of sloth-like. And so it finally occurred to me that I've got this thing on speakerphone. There's no reason I need to sit. So I stood up. And, that was fine for a little while, but I got kind of bored. So then I started doing squats, and then I started doing one-legged squats. And then I grabbed a Bosu. That's a dome. It's that blue dome. It's a flat bottom. It's like a half ball full of air. So then I started standing on that and then squatting on that and then one-legged squats on that. You would not believe how good my balance got after doing all that, and strong my legs too. Another favorite free exercise of mine is yard work. Hey, the lawn needs to get mowed. It ain't going to mow itself. The weeds aren't going to pull themselves. Planting, pruning, all those things. Sure, you could hire a gardener, so it kind of would get done by itself as far as you know, but why not do it yourself? Save some money, feel at one with your yard and one with the earth, and you get free exercise to boot and free yard work. Here's one. Playing with kids or puppies. Come on, who doesn't like playing with kids or puppies? It's great. My son's into soccer, so we go out in the yard and kick the ball around. We go for bike rides. I don't have a puppy, but if I did, we'd be playing with the puppy. We have a cat, but he's not a kitten anymore. Just play. You can use your body. You don't have to be one of those old guys that sits there and watches kids play. Get down on the floor or stand up and do whatever they can do, depending on how old you are and they are. I'm sure there's some sort of movement activities that you guys can do together. Number 14, volunteer at an animal shelter. Walk dogs. They need it. They're stuck in these tiny little pens. Go there once a week and walk dogs for an hour. They would love it. The shelter would love it. And you might even love it. What about playing a sport? I know, if you like playing sports, you're probably already playing sports, so I'm not going to talk you into it, right? But maybe there's something you would like to do. Soccer at an appropriate level could be fun. What about ultimate frisbee? It's kind of like soccer, kind of like football a little bit, but it's non-contact, very gentlemanly. You throw a frisbee around. It's a lot of fun. Then there's the typical things like touch football and basketball and baseball, things like that. I honestly wouldn't recommend basketball, as that has the most injuries out of any sport I've ever seen. But if you love it, do it. And you probably already are. But I will encourage you to exercise in a gym very pointedly before you run off and start doing that, because a lot of people get injuries from doing that, from not training their body, but using their body pretty hard in a way that it's not quite ready for. Number 16. Well, you might not like this. You might not do it, but it's number 16 anyways. Get a physical job. You might not want to dig ditches, but maybe there's something you can do that is less sedentary. Stores, where you walk around, carry things, working in a warehouse, working at a nursery, lifting plants and pots and soil around, working at a store like Home Depot or Lowe's out in their garden section where you have to move things around. A physical job keeps you active. How about a treadmill under your desk? So, an elevated desk so you're like standing, but instead of just standing in place, put a treadmill under it and walk it really slow, like 1 mile an hour. Just a nice little stroll. Keep moving. You can type, you can read, you can talk on the phone. Voila. I mentioned this earlier too, but number 18 is hold chair pose while brushing or flossing your teeth. And it's pretty stable. Sometimes I'll do a squat, like a split squat, and I'll hold it, or maybe I'll go up and down a little bit while I'm brushing or flossing. I also like standing on one leg while doing something. I had a client who needed to improve her balance, so I suggested every time she prepare a meal or any kind of food that she stand on one leg and then alternate, try to put even time on each leg. And she got into such a habit of that, people stopped even asking her about it. All right, number 20, my very last one, help a friend move. You know, I have this kind of ongoing joke that I say to my wife all the time, I will work for free all day for a free meal. So if a friend says they need some help, they need to move, they need some yard work, I'm there. I will take any opportunity I can for free exercise. I want to help you move rocks, dig dirt, haul logs, hang shingles, whatever it might be. Yeah, I would like to get fed out of it. But you know what? Even if I don't, I'm getting free exercise, so at least I'm getting something for free, and so are you. So help a friend move. Maybe they'll help you move when the time comes. All right, that's my list. What about yours? What do you do for free exercise? What did I forget? What did I leave off this list? What kind of activities do you like to do that keep your body moving that don't require you to actually work out, lift a dumbbell, take a class, go to a gym, things like that? Let me know. You can contact me at glenn@livefitlean.com, or you can also use my voice message. You can find a link on the right-hand side of any of my web pages at livefitlean.com. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Hasta luego.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Live Fit Podcast. Please subscribe and share with someone you care about. Read show notes, articles, resources, and learn more about our weight management programs at livefitpodcast.com. Once again, thanks for listening, and always remember to live fit.